The Coquette is a seduction novel written by Hannah W. Foster. It was published in 1797 and written in the epistolary form. The events are based off of the real events of Elizabeth Whitman, who died in 1788. The epistolary form is when a novel is written as letters between the characters and otherwise lacks a narrator. One important trait of this form is the subjective storytelling as a result. The first thing that using the epistolary form allows Foster to address in relation to women's sexuality is the lack of narration which the form supplies. More commonplace in the 18th century for the seduction novel was didacticism, meaning the novel was intended to give instruction, and often features an intrusive narrator providing morals to the readers. By contrast, it is not until the very end of The Coquette that the reader sees what Foster's opinion on female sexuality might be. Even then, it is not through a narrator, but through Eliza's best friend, Lucy Sumner. She writes, to quote, "Let the American fair despise, and forever banish the man who can glory in the seduction of innocence and the ruin of reputation. To associate is to approve. To approve is to be betrayed." End quote. However, since there is still a character writing and not an intrusive narrator, it is impossible to judge if this is truly Foster's opinion or just Lucy's. Yet, despite this inclusion at the end of the novel, much of the story is through the point of view of Eliza. Instead of agreeing with Lucy's traditional views, Eliza believes that she should be free to enjoy her life. Writing to Lucy after she and Reverend Boyer, who she is but also is not engaged to, have returned to the Warren household, Eliza explains how, quote, "I thought myself capable of conducting my own affairs, and wished my mother not interfere." End quote. Earlier within the same letter, Eliza questions why she should, quote, "forgo the advantages and indulgences magnificence offers, merely to gratify those friends who pretend to be better judges of my happiness than I am myself." End quote. For this time period, it is quite a radical idea that a woman should try to assert her freedom as Eliza ultimately does. Although it does lead to Eliza's downfall, she continues to believe in her independent rights, and it is not until she realizes she has become pregnant through her affair with Major Sanford that the society will never accept her that she begins to backtrack. Overall, the reader is witness to various viewpoints about women's sexuality through the course of The Coquette. Surprisingly, not all of the perspectives offered by Foster are negative, and in fact, some of them are fluid, changing as the novel progresses and events unfold. While the basic structure of the novel is there, that is, a woman loses her virtue and must be punished, even by death, Foster creates a unique situation by telling the story in the epistolary form. She does not strictly admonish Eliza's sexuality, instead allowing readers to form their own opinion as the novel progresses.